They're so nuts. They're just out here on the lawn howling. Welcome to the weekend. Just same old crazy stuff going on here. Actually, lots going on. Got up this morning, went to check my phone, realized I'd fallen asleep with the phone, and somehow during the course of sleeping, must have rolled over on it, hit something, and I eliminated my email account. I got up to check things, and there was no icon or anything on the phone. So I finally was able to reach my friend Steve, who's the computer genius, and we got everything back running again. Got the boys' breakfast going, and while that was getting ready, I cooked a dozen hard-boiled eggs just to have a little snack throughout the week. Let's see what else. I did my green screen filming yesterday, and about half of it was good, and half of it wasn't, just because there were some light being cast in spots and stuff. And Mike, who's going to be doing all the editing of our video, wrote back and made some suggestions. So I'm going to film some more green screen stuff today. And let's see, it's the weekend. It's Saturday the 20th. My God. So we're plowing along here. But so I'm gonna finish this, do my green screen, then I have to go to Ace Hardware. There's some things that I need to do some repairs around the house. And then I have songs to work on for Monday in the studio for Mari Hamida. I just printed out the charts that they sent over, just chord numbers and stuff I showed it the other day. And I'm gonna go through and listen to the pre-production and make some notes on it so that I'll be somewhat prepared on Monday, and then jump in with Greg Bissonette and just do some rock and roll, kick it. So I was thinking about, I know some people are disappointed that I'm not playing every day. It's just these days kind of get so nuts at times that it takes time and work to find songs and relearn them really quickly and play. I'll be doing more of it. I've been playing at night and stuff just to try to keep chops up. But I'm also just enjoying kind of listening to tracks that we did over the years and reminiscing about different people I've worked with, and just there's a real pleasure in. Not so, I was getting real nostalgic yesterday, and there is a certain nostalgia about listening to tracks and remembering the studios we were in, and many of them are gone now. The musicians I worked with, many of whom are gone now, and it's just kind of a nice way just to kind of re-spark memories of really great times. Because I would have to say that probably 85%, at least 85% of the time I spent in the past 50 years in the studio was all pleasurable. Once in a while you'd get on a project that was just sort of like you just couldn't wait to get out of it, but they were so rare. And I really never even give them a thought. But the kind of stuff I'm going to do today was stuff that I really enjoyed. I really had a wonderful time with it, and people responded, and a lot of these records became really successful records and really brought a lot of pleasure to people. And today, I'm going to pop my glasses off because being nearsighted, it's hard to read the notes I've as I say, the copious notes that I've written out for this. I had a great time. I got called to work with Olivia Newton-John, and this was back in 1977. And we did an album called Making a Good Thing Better. And it was so much fun. She was there for everything, singing live with us in the studio. And we had an incredibly wonderful group of musicians on this project. And I'm going to go through them real quickly here. Greg Matheson on keyboards. I did so much with Greg, and I see Greg on Facebook every day and stuff, and he's amazing, amazingly talented guy. Randy Edelman was playing harmonium. Now, I did Randy's album. He did a solo album, and Randy's married to Jackie DeShannon. What the world needs now is love. I mean, all these things get so connected. John Farrar played guitar on this and also produced the album. And Jay Graydon is playing guitar on this. Sneaky Pete Kleinow is playing steel on it. Sneaky was just one of the most unique steel players I've ever worked with. And I've talked about him in the past too, where he was also a special effects artist. And if you ever saw Terminator, and when the truck blows up at the end and the skeleton of Schwarzenegger comes out of that Sneaky designed that. He was an amazing cat. Jeff Porcaro is on drums, and his dad, Joe Porcaro, is on percussion on this. Tommy Morgan is playing. Oh, that might be one of them calling right now to say, one more call. These are all robocalls. God damn it. It's just all day long. And then I come in and I forget because the phone, I never use the phone, so it's just kind of sitting there. Sorry about that. Tommy Morgan is playing harmonica, and I did so much work with Tommy. He's like, when you listen, just as a simple one, Rockford Files theme song. That's Tommy playing harmonica on that, but he's like, was one of the greats of that. Byron Berline is playing fiddle on this album, and there was all kinds of really good arrangers on this. James Newton Howard was one of the arrangers. David Campbell, who I talk about all the time because he did a lot of stuff, and we still work together. Peter Mays also did arranging on this. And the background vocalists on this were Laura Kramer, Myrna Matthews, Julie I think it's Rinker, Patty Brooks, and Marty McCall. And Tom Bush and Bill Schnee and Armin Steiner and Linda Tyler were all engineers involved with this. We did, I think, some of the stuff at Armin Steiner. Is one of the great old engineers in this business, and he had a studio called Sound Labs, and I think we worked at that studio. And then Bill Schnee is one of my oldest buds from the whole experience of, I've got 40 years under my belt with Bill. And so I was just gonna, hold on here, I timed out while I was talking, so let me get back in here. I'm gonna go ahead and just play a few songs. This song, this is really fun. These are just fun for me to hear. It's just because we were cutting live. All these players were in the room when we cut, and she was singing with us. So there was an energy that's just, it's hard to describe what it's like when you're in a room with really creative, amazing people all working together around it's like a single focused goal. So this is a song called Slow Dancing that we did, and let's just get started with this little Olivia time. I'm starting to feel like a Sirius XM station here. It's here. Here we go.
Gonna telephone.
just a nice way to ease into the weekend. I mean, just the stuff is just like honey and warm butter. You know, it's just cruises right along. You know, you sort of hear a song like that and you can kind of think of a relaxing drive down Pacific Coast Highway in a convertible, just enjoying the sunlight and the breeze on you. It's really nice. Now here's a song called Coolin' Down. So the warm breeze is over and we're going to cool down. Let's see how this one goes.
Take all the time that you need.
Such a beautiful, gentle voice.
Say nothing till you can say what you mean.
Matheson.
Don't stay with me just to save me from hurting. I may be young, but I'm not green. I'm in no hurry for the show to hear what I already know. 'Cause you've been cooling down. Even a fool can see cooling down, drifting away from me. Day by day, love fades away, cooling down, cooling
It's beautiful construction.
Trapped in your dreams for too long, you've been yearning to find yourself, live a life of your own. And life has died,
Frankenstein on this.
won't be returning. I feel so helpless and alone. Now everything I try to do is right for me, but wrong for you. 'Cause you've been cooled down. Even a fool can see cooled down, drifting away from me. Day by day, love fades away, cooling down, cooling
Yeah, just atmosphere, groove, just I love it. I mean, I love this kind of stuff, and it's such a joy when you're in the studio. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. When you're in with a group of musicians like this and playing songs like this, it's just there's an energy in the room and a vibe that's so good. Now, I'm going to do like two more songs. I'm just enjoying listening before I jump into my green screen hell here. This was really fun when we did this. Old Johnny Cash tune, your old Ring of Fire. So this is good. This is just fun. I love when people grab songs like this and you don't expect this when you're doing an album that has a certain vibe and all of a sudden this comes along. There's Tommy Morgan on harmonica.
Love is a burning flame, and it makes a fiery rain. Bound by wild desire, but I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Iron Burline on it.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste
Yeah,
of
funky.
love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. The fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. Burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Love those long fades. You hear everybody jamming on. God, Jeff Porcaro, what a joy to play with him. God, he was so easy to work with. God, I loved playing with him. I miss him every day. One of the best musicians I ever worked with. Amazing, amazing. Okay, kids, one last tune. And this was the title track from the album, Making a Good Thing Better. And this is a lot of fun, too. Somebody grab that little talking after, and then I'm off to green screen. Whatever. Here we go, Making a Good Thing Better.
Although I know our love is going strong, little surprises come along. We mustn't let our lives become routine. Don't do anything we don't keep. That's the way we're gonna stay together, you and me. If we're to make each other satisfied, gotta keep on trying. Don't let it ride. It all comes over in the morning kiss. Don't do it like that. Do it like this. Making a good thing better. Love is gonna last forever. You'll see. Making a good thing better. That's the way we're gonna stay together. Make it so much better. And it's better, better. Make it so much better. Make it better, better. Make it better, better, better. Make it better, better,
Yeah, I get asked a great deal about, like what decade did you really, was your decade? And I've always had kind of a mantra to myself was don't become an old fart, because I love working and I don't want to sit there, and think about what was. I always want to think about what I'm doing today and what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm still looking forward. That's the joy I'm having being in the immediate family, because we have a dynamic going on with us that keeps us moving forward and creating, and anxious and excited about what the future holds for us once we can hit the road again. But when I listen back to so many of these things I've been posting, that I when I look at the dates in them, and they're all in the 70s, it's really, there was some really magical recordings being done. There were so many wonderful artists. The labels were all cranking at that point and signing a lot of people, and there were budgets, and they could really afford to go in and do it right. And most all of this stuff was all cut analog. We were either on 16 or 24 track, and brilliant engineers like Schnee and Steiner and all these guys. So it was a really wonderful period, and I really enjoy kind of just hanging in that at times and listening to the players too, like the Jeffs, Picaros, and stuff that are no longer with us, that I can, just enjoy the time I did have, with them back in the day. So let's see, I think at this point, chilly up here. It's not chilly. It's cool here. It's compared to the rest of the country. It's roasting. We're going to be, supposedly Monday, it's going to be 80 degrees here in LA. Then it's going to cool back down a bit. We're in like the low 70s today, I think. But I'm going to whip out that green screen and try to do something that works on that, get that done, and then take care of a whole bunch of other things. But I just was thinking about, I love, working with a whole bunch of different Australian artists, Olivia, and Helen Reddy and Billy Thorpe. And I've been doing work with Brett McKenzie out of New Zealand from Flight of the Conchords, who's an amazing artist. And another artist I really had fun working with, there's an artist in Australia named Corinne Gibbons, and I did an album with her that was basically kind of a tribute to Olivia. She sings very much like Olivia. She's got that kind of really beautiful, like kind of deep chest, lower end, and then this kind of angelic high end. And she's a remarkable person from the standpoint. She's a really fine musician, but she's also doing incredible things, empowering women around the world and doing all kinds of gathering people together, getting them to form choirs and stuff who have never sung before. And she really knows how to mold people into things where they really feel very empowered and creative. So Corinne's amazing. I'll visit some stuff with her down the pike. But I'm going to get running now. I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful weekend. Take good care. Stay safe. I'm glad it appears that at least maybe the cold has somewhat snapped a little bit in Texas. I hope they don't get another visit, but there's a lot of people hurting right now down there from both the freeze that they went through and the after effects. Watching the news and people coming back to seeing their homes where the water pipes have busted and it's like raining in their houses, just destroying everything that they have. And it just breaks your heart when you see this. I mean, there's enough suffering in the world on so many levels, and then you just keep compounding it with natural disasters and stuff. It's you wonder how people can go on sometimes. Where do you draw the line on how much you have to take? So my heart's with all of those folks, man. I hope you prevail at the end of the day from this and can come back okay, and then they can address the issues that really caused a lot of this to happen. And other than that, again, thank you so much to all of especially the healthcare workers and everybody who's out there in public putting themselves at risk during this terrible period. I'm anxious to Tuesday, hopefully I'll be getting my second shot of Moderna, so I'm ready for that. And I hear reports about, some of how shitty you can feel after this shot. Well, not as bad as you're going to feel if you get COVID. So I figure it's worth the aggravation for a day or two of not feeling good, and maybe it won't happen. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to that. And then tomorrow I'll be back like gum on your shoe, and we'll have another visit. So from the moment, take good care, have a great weekend and a great Saturday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.